Well, hello my beautiful friends. How are you guys? My name is Shelly. If you are new here, then welcome. And if you're not new here, then I'm excited to see you again. I have a little bit more color in my face because I was out in the sun. I did use sunblock though, so that was good. I've been traveling a lot, you guys, and I have a stack of stuff right off camera that I need to film, and I'm not gonna do it all today. But I'm supposed to go to dinner with my husband and some friends from his band, and I need to put something on my face. I need to actually get myself together. It'd be a nice change for today. But I thought, what better time than to maybe play with some stuff and chat with you guys and kind of get ready with you guys and yeah, just sort of get to do the thing. I did get a bunch of Rephr brushes though. A friend of mine off YouTube actually had inspired me because she'd said that she had bought a bunch of brushes and has never used them because she doesn't want to get them dirty. So I bought a couple kits. I don't remember if this came with one of the kits or if they gave it to me free, but this is a brush soap, so I will be using that as well. So I'm excited to play with these things. I'm not actually going to wash them before I use them, which is not something I normally do. Normally I wash through them all new brushes that I get. Did I need these? No. These are by far the most expensive brushes I've ever seen in my life. It did have a sale, so that was kind of cool. And I think I bought 2 sets, but they were still really expensive. I think I got like 2 complete sets of like the best ofs or the most highly recommended or best rated or something like that. And with the sale price, I justified it to myself. And I don't really have much to tell you about them other than all the pros use them. This is the collection that I got. You know what? I'm gonna make this easy on everybody. I'm gonna put them in order. For whatever reason, these kits didn't have, they weren't all consecutive. I'll show you what I got though. This is a 01. I've got a 02, looks like a flat brush, a 03, which looks like a pointed tip, a 04, which almost seems like a contour, then a 12. So this must have been a second like series of numbers. So this is a 12. It's like a domed one. A 13, a little bit more detail work. A 14, which looks very similar to the 13, except for the 14's pointed and the 13 is not. 15, a 16. I think, and these are the same thing, so one of them is more pointed, the other one is more rounded. Then we hop up to the 19, so it looks like I skipped 17 to 18. So we got a 19, which looks like a nice maybe blush brush or a small powder brush. A 22, which is a huge brush. A 24, which is a nice actually, that's a great size brush. That might be one of my favorites so far. And then a 26, which is another pointy brush. A 27 and a 28. So not all of them in the same order. We'll have to see if they're magically some difference. If you guys are new, then you haven't heard this before, but I'm not a professional makeup artist. I don't actually know what I'm doing, but we have fun on this channel, and kind of at the end of the day, we like to ask ourselves, I'm putting a little eye cream under, we kind of like to ask ourselves if the makeup that we're looking at, is it a good value? Can we get multiple looks for it, from it, that it works with our lifestyle? Those are kind of like the questions we ask ourselves about palettes. Can we get at least 3 looks? You know, is it worth our money? Does it work on ladies of a certain age? I am no spring chicken, but I do have some makeup. That being said, I do have some makeup that I kind of want to try. I'm trying to think of what I'm wearing tonight. I think what I'm going to do, it's a little surprise, not you because you read the title, but it's a surprise for me because I didn't know what I was doing when I came into it. I picked up a palette from Martine. I think, wait, is that I can't tell which way is up. I think that's the upside. Yeah, that's got to be the upside. So Martine, I got a palette and a lip pencil and a lip product. I think it's probably a matte lip, I think. So I'm going to use that with a few other products that I think that I picked up recently. We're going to get ready to go. Question is, do I have a foundation that matches the skin tone? This is going to be a little too light. I'm going to mix this with some Soul Body here to see if I can't get a color that's going to work on my skin. See, that's too light right now. For just such an occasion, I do keep this Soul Body face and body bronzer. So I'm going to mix a little bit with that, see if I can't warm up the complexion. That's actually a pretty good match, the way it is with the Soul Body. So I'm going to take my, like a flat foundation brush here. Let's see if I can't get something that's the right shade. This is a little bit of trial and error. I should have brought in a, that's not too bad. I should have brought in a palette to mix this on, but I did not. Oh yeah, that'll be all right. It's maybe a little light, but it'll cover up some of the redness from my sun, the excess sun. So as I mentioned, I've been traveling a bunch, and so I haven't really filmed in a while either. And I'm still getting stuff posted and scheduled to go up regularly. If you guys do have any requests for stuff, let me know. When I'm filming this, I did pick up the Pat McGrath mini palette that she released, the $29 kind of like purpley palette. So we're gonna play with that when it comes in. That video may go up before this one, and it'll go up way after everybody else's. So I've ordered it, but it hasn't come in yet. Sorry in advance that things don't come in the right order. That's just the way it happens when you've got a non-professional YouTuber who does this stuff for fun. All right, yeah, I think I did okay with that shade, huh? I feel like I got a pretty good amount of color, a little bit of coverage. So that was the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation in 230N, which was too light for me. And I mixed it with the Soul Body Bronzer in Light. I'm just gonna go ahead and use one of these Dose of Color concealers. I know it's too light for me, but I feel like I've got a little bit of darkness that I want to kind of tone down a little bit here. That is so bright, and I didn't bring in a sponge. So let me take another, and here I am. I have all these beautiful black brushes in front of me, and I haven't been using them. Jenny, you're right. I don't want to use them. I don't want to get them dirty. I didn't feel like I had the right brush to kind of pick up the excess concealer. All right, I feel like that toned down some of the redness and brought a little bit of brightness down there, but we gotta get some stuff on the face to make it look a little bit more appropriate for going out. Okay, so I picked up one of these cream blushes. This is from Dominique Cosmetics. I think this was an add-on for Boxy. I've never actually used a Dominique's blush before. I have a number of her palettes now. It's pretty. It's got the little DC on the front of it, and it's a cream blush. So we're gonna try this Rephr brush on this cream blush. It's beautiful, compact. Let's just see. This could go either horribly wrong or be perfectly fine. Oh, pretty. I didn't do any contouring or anything. Wow. That's actually a really lovely color. It's maybe a little bit more luminous than I would normally gravitate towards, but it's actually really pretty. And I think it helps that it's, you know, that I've got this extra color on my face, because I think maybe in the winter it probably wouldn't be as flattering. What shade is this? This is soft pink. Right, I'm getting soft pink from it. It looks very vibrant in the pan, in the palette. Yeah, I'm digging that. This might be one that's a great, like, if you're not really wearing a lot of makeup, as I'm layering on makeup, right? But it might be one that looks really good on natural bare skin too. A little bit of concealer where you need it, and a pretty cream blush. Okay, that was a pleasant surprise. I didn't really know where I was going with that. I do feel like I need to get a little bit more definition in my cheeks. I've been eating a lot of not so healthy choices this week. I'm gonna take one of these J-Cat palettes. This should give me a contour in here. Which one do I want to use? I think I'm gonna go with the dark one right here and just give me a little bit of cheekbone definition. That looks better. So my hair's a little crazy. I did wash it today, which was nice. It's funny when, you know, you're traveling, sometimes you don't always take as good a care as you need to of things, because, you know, it's like, oh, well, if my hair's looking okay and it doesn't look greasy and it's kind of still has the same, I don't know, curl or whatever, and it can just be freshened up a little bit. I sometimes will go like a whole week of travel and not really do much. Like I'll do my hair before I go and then really do anything with it for a while after that. I'm giving you guys all these horrible habits of mine. I'm gonna take this little domed brush and go into that same color. And I know I'm kind of doing this in reverse order here because I've already put foundation on and concealer, but I think I'm just gonna try to give my nose a little bit of contouring here. I saw something where Bobbi Brown had said that she never contours noses. She doesn't think you need to contour your nose, and I get that. You know, you should embrace what you do have. Lightness right down the center. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, in this Martine, I've never heard of this brand before. I saw it on Beauty Bay, and I think it's a German company maybe. Don't quote me on this, because it's been a while since I looked at it. But the palette I thought was really beautiful, and the gal, I don't know if she's the creator model that they used, had this real kind of edgy, I'm not gonna call it goth, but maybe a little punk kind of look. I don't know. She just had she had beautiful, exotic, kind of a little bit like if Bailey Sarian were darker. I mean, not darker. If Bailey Sarian wasn't so sweet sounding and she was a little bit more dangerous, that's kind of the vibe I got from Martine. So I picked up this lip liner here. This is in shade Marcel, and it says martinecosmetics.com, MARTINE cosmetics.com. So All of this stuff I paid for with my own money. I ordered it from the Beauty Bay site, maybe an app. I think I might have used the Beauty Bay app. Sometimes I pay full price for things, and I think that's what I did with this one, this stuff here. I think that's the only reason why I picked up 3. They had other products too, but I thought since I was paying full price, I might as well just start small, not get like a full face of it. Little overlining, but yeah, great consistency, like the color. A little bit of a browning nude. Boy, my eyes really disappear, don't they? Okay, and then this is the lip. What did I get here? It was so long ago. This one is also in Marcel. This looks like a liquid matte lipstick. So about what I thought it was gonna be. Pretty packaging. Looks a little bit like Jacqueline Cosmetics, doesn't it? Like the first release of stuff that she did. Her lip, not like the old Lipstick Gate lips, but the, oh yeah, pretty. Okay, that might actually be perfect for me in a variety of skin tones. Yeah, it seems like it's drying down pretty fast. It's kind of a thin formula, which I actually don't mind at all because it doesn't go on gloopy and gloppy. I didn't make those words up. I'm sure they're words. Yeah, okay, we have a good start on this. This is a gorgeous palette. It has this velvet, I don't even know which side's up. I feel like this should be up, but maybe not. Maybe that's up. Okay, but it's got velvet. It's got these metal trim detail on this box. It's a nice thick box, but inside is the palette. So you've got a mirror in here. You've got this dark, deep, rich, is the cover on it. Palette's color story is super rich and pigmented looking. I'm so excited. It's not summer. This is not a summer palette. This is a winter palette. This is a palette 669. And so it has 28 shades. We're gonna put some of this on. I'm excited. The dress I'm gonna wear tonight to dinner is kind of like a little, maybe rust color. I think it'll be okay. Man, I really wanna do 3 looks with this palette, but I'm not going to. This is interesting. They've got this shade right here and this shade right here. Don't they look almost the same? I'm gonna swatch those really fast. So one of them is called Annabelle and the other one is called Mcgrath. It's hard telling the difference between the two, isn't it? That seems a little bit odd. I'm even trying to see if one is more shimmery than the other, but those look very, very similar. Maybe I just can't see it with my current skin tone, but Mcgrath, maybe slightly lighter in the pan. Maybe Annabelle is meant to be like a liquid, like you mix it with a liquid to get a liner. Maybe. So I've got Sabrina, Zelda, Serafina, Rebecca, Mcgrath, Freya, Ursula, Lavina, Willow, Melinda, Tabitha, Petula, Helena, Cornelia, Medusa, Hildegard, Euphemia, and Annabelle. Quite the combination of shadow colors, or names at least. Kind of interesting name choices. I can hear my husband. I'm going to start with this green right here called Rebecca, and this is the Rephr 16. I think I just heard my son come home from work. He's out of school now. No, he'll probably still be out of school because it'll be summer break by the time this video goes live, but he is going to be a senior next year, fall. I think he is ready to be out of town. My daughter did Running Start, so she graduated from high school with her AA, her Associate of Arts degree, and she kind of missed out on the last 2 years of high school, but she was kind of okay with that. I think she was kind of over it. My son is a little bit more of a traditional kid, like he wants a full experience. Okay, so that is Rebecca. Yeah, Rebecca. Little tiny bit patchy. I did not use an eyeshadow primer. I will next time. Sabrina is the next color I'm going to go into. Yeah, I'm going to use it. So I just picked up a little bit of Sabrina on the tip of this brush. My husband, I don't know if you can hear him on the camera. I don't know if the camera will pick up that background noise or not, but he is practicing some Def Leppard song for his band. It's crazy, those boys and their covers. So yeah, traveling a ton. So they changed my territory for work, which will hopefully mean that I stay at least on the side of the country, the half of the country that I live on. And I'm excited to meet some new clients. It should be really fun. Quite a bit different temperature from where I used to going because I was going back east for a while, if you guys recall. So Monday, flying to Phoenix. This will be my second trip to Phoenix in a week and a half. And it's warm, so I'm having to like change up what I'm taking clothes wise. Okay, so those 2 shades, they kind of blended in together. I'm kind of feeling like I got a little patchy, but I don't think I'm sure it's not the brush. It's got to be because I didn't use an eyelid primer. Have you guys ever heard of Martine before? I have not seen anybody use any of the brand. I've not heard of anybody using the brand. I did not see any reviews before I picked it up. I just thought, wow, it's a really pretty color story and I'm like a magpie. So I picked it up. Okay, I'm gonna grab a little bit smaller brush. So that brush that I just used was the Rephr 16. I'm gonna grab a Rephr 14 and go into, I seem to be sticking to this row right here. I'm gonna grab this dark brown right here, which is called Serafina, which is kind of funny because one of the YouTube channels that I absolutely love is Save a Fox. So they have like a fox rescue, like literal foxes. And the people too that run the sanctuary seem like they're very sweet people too. Fun treats and stuff. It's just fun to see them. They have a Finnegan Fox Friday. Finnegan is one of the foxes as well. You learn a lot by people's YouTube history, don't you? What's on their playlist? All right. That color is a really beautiful, and the brush is applying it very well. I still feel like I'm battling a little bit of that patchiness. Darn. You know what, you guys, don't use, this is a first impression of this, and I did not set myself up right for success by using an eyeshadow primer, and I should have. I feel bad. I feel like I'm not doing it justice. You know what, because of that, I'm going to come back tomorrow, and I'll do a second look, and we'll give you 2, maybe 3, maybe I'll do 2 more looks. It's too early to tell, but for right now, I'm getting ready for date night. I need to geeb up because my husband just came in and said, hey, are you gonna be ready in time? Maybe. We don't know that. Maybe. So Freya is a beautiful duochrome. Zelda is a dark green shimmer. I think I'm gonna try a little bit of Zelda. This one here keeps throwing me off. This is Freya, and it is fluctuating between kind of a white with a pink, and then when I look in the mirror, it's a green. It's got like a fuchsia to it. It's beautiful, but this is not that shade. But this feels kind of creamy actually. So this is the first shimmer that I've used. It's called Zelda, and I'm just tapping that a little bit over the top of that dark brown, which is just kind of softening up that edge of that dark brown. But I'm keeping it to the latter half of my eyelid. That makes sense. I'm putting in far too much of what I'm doing tonight. But I'm just so excited to play with new stuff. Like, yeah, give it to me. Give me the good stuff. You know, my trick with patchiness is to throw on a little shimmer on top, and it magically makes everything better. I'm gonna bring that in a little bit more. Okay. I really want that Freya shade. I have all these beautiful rough brushes. Okay, I'm gonna grab a flat brush here and grab Freya on a brush. This doesn't seem super dense. It's very much a fluffier brush. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting enough pigment on that. I think we need to use a finger. All right, I'm going in with the finger. This formula feels a little drier than the first shimmer I used. This definitely feels more like a topper, and I think it's probably going to go on better on top of a cream than it does on either a bare lid or the powders that I had on there before. All right, I'm taking a clean brush here. We're just gonna tidy that up a little bit. It's okay, it's very green. I didn't get a ton of transfer down below, which is nice. I feel like, I need a fluffy brush here. I feel like some of this has a little old bruise kind of look to it. I'm gonna try to buff this out a little bit, shear it out a little. We don't wanna have eyeshadow, that's like not the point. Okay, so I originally thought about doing 3 looks with this palette, and I think I've talked myself out of it right now because I have so much more I wanna film, and I'm only home for a couple days before I have to leave again. So I'll come back to this palette if you guys are interested and want to see my take on this, perhaps with an eyeshadow primer, see if that makes a huge difference, or to see what other kind of looks come out of this beautiful color story. I'm excited to do something with this row. These are beautiful like purples, and then this one pop, right? Oh, I just dug my fingernail into it. Yeah, this Medusa shade right here goes from like green to navy. Super pretty. And then this row, you got this burgundy and this teal blue, which are gorgeous. And then this color right here, which is the color I was going to start with, is more of kind of like a bronzy color. It says it's called Melinda. I was watching one of my older videos recently, and I was wearing green eyeshadow, and I went, why don't I ever wear green eyeshadow? It's not that I never wear green eyeshadow, it's just that it's been a while. I've been wearing so many browns and just like neutral colors that I kind of got away from it. I'm gonna grab this little itty bitty guy here, and I'm gonna take this black just on a dry brush. This one is the shade Mcgrath, which I think is like Wednesday, maybe Wednesday Adams. I feel like all of these are names, right? Not all of them. Do we have a Persephone? Maybe they're all names of famous witches or something. Okay, that's pretty, but I got transfer. Got a little fallout down here. I'm gonna try this over here. I so love shadow as an eyeliner, like the deepest, richest, darkest shade in here. That just gives you this soft quality that I think is just pretty and a lot more approachable than a harsh line. I still see a lot of ladies my age, no shame, right? But I see a lot of ladies my age that really got into the thin black liner underneath your eyes and that have never gotten past it and don't realize that at a certain age, it just looks dated and it's not flattering. And I feel bad even saying that out loud, but I see it. I see it, and then I go, oh, I want to do your makeup. Okay, I kind of cleaned off this brush a little bit here. I just want to soften up this ledge. I'm not a master blender, but I'm trying. And I think that's kind of the key, is that, you know, we do the best we can with what we have. And because I like this shimmery green so much, I'm going to take this green on that same brush that I used the black on. I kind of cleaned it off a little bit. I'm just going to take a little bit of down here to my lower lash line. Maybe a good makeup night full of unexpected things here. So we're going to go out and grab a bite with some members of the band and listen to another musician in town. We try to do that when we're in town. If the boys aren't playing, we try to go catch other music. Just support the local music community. It's an important thing to do. It's a good thing to do. Okay, so I used pretty much every shade from the green row on here, and I've got 2 more full rows. Did I need to put all the shades on? No, but I'm glad I did. I'm gonna put some mascara and I'll be right back. All right, you guys, I put on just a little bit of mascara. I forgot that I had mascara on before. I didn't get it all off before I sat down and started filming and getting it situated. I think I'm gonna tap on just a little bit more blush. The eye look is dark, loving it, but I feel sometimes like I gotta balance it a little bit more. I really like this Dominique Cosmetics blush. Yeah, it's actually really lovely. Lips dried down completely matte, not sticky at all. ColourPop lip oil. I'm gonna put a little bit of tiny bit of that on there. Yeah, and then you're gonna say, hey Shell, why do you use a matte lip and then put a gloss on top of it? I don't know why I do the things that I do. We need a little setting powder, maybe? So we're going to take the big fluffy brush that came with the Rephr set. I've got a little of the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. Okay, I'm a little glowy. I'm a little bit more heavily made up than I probably needed to be. It's been a while since I've worn fun makeup. So here's my take on the Martine palette. This velvet, while beautiful, is going to get dirty. There's going to be no way that I'm not going to be able to keep my grubby fingerprints off of it. So it'll be a matter of time. I don't know. I'll be real curious if when I'm done with the palette, or if at a certain point, if I can take this out and keep the box, because the box is pretty. I say that after I just get done saying I'm gonna get my grubby fingerprints all over it. But the box is really pretty and I really do like it. For fun, I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it in its original box because that'll keep it somewhat more clean. As far as the palette goes, the look I came up with I actually really like. This is something that I would do. I'm excited to play with some of the purples and some of the other colors in there because I think that it really fits with kind of what I like to do maybe for date night. I feel like I need a lighter, do I have a lighter shade? I'm gonna put a little bit of a lighter shade right in the center of my eyes here. I used a number of these Rephr brushes, which I'm excited to have. I just grabbed a nude from another palette that's just sitting here, not one from that came in that. Do I think that I can get several looks from the Martine palette? Sure, but probably not daytime looks. Maybe. Probably not work appropriate looks. Probably not. Maybe. I'll have to play with it and see if that's even a possibility. Do I like this look for date night? Yeah, absolutely. I'm super glad I got into this, played with it. I've had this sitting here for a little while and I really wanted to play with it. I'm glad I got into it. This, the Marcel Kip from Martine, the lip liner and the matte liquid lip. Yeah. Big win for me. Love the shade. Absolutely perfect. I have zero issues with that at all. I did put a little bit of the Luxe lip oil on the top because I can't lay well enough alone. We're going to call it a day. And I'm going to go have a salad and enjoy time with my husband. And I hope you guys are doing the same. If you guys would like to, please stick around. Please hit the subscribe button. I know sometimes YouTube goes through and kicks people off. I don't know why they do that. I'm struggling to get my 1,000 anyway. But I'm not going anywhere. I upload 3 days a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. If you're at all curious and want to come back by. YouTube curious. It's a whole new phrase, I think. Just made that up. All right, you guys. I'm going to get out of your hair and wish you nothing but love and happiness. And until my next video, bye for now.